Our next guest started a journal together 2 years ago to write down what kindness meant to them. Then they decided to gather up all their ideas in one book. Carrie and Sophia Fox are the mother-daughter co-authors of this. It's called Adventures in Kindness, 52 awesome kid adventures for building a better world. The duo joins us now, and we're super excited to see them both. Hello, ladies.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
It's so nice to have you both joining us. Tell us about the idea for your journal and how you got started writing down your thoughts, first of all, about kindness.
Sure. Thank you. So as you mentioned, Sophia and I keep a journal, and we've been doing that for a few years. And when Sophia was in 3rd grade, she was writing in her journal and asking me why people can be so mean. And she was seeing things on the news. She was hearing things in school that she didn't understand. And that was a really hard question for me to answer. I suspect it's a hard question for a lot of parents to answer. And I didn't have an answer to it. And so I said, if we don't like the way that mean feels, let's put as much of the opposite out into the world as we can. And we started to build a list of adventures in kindness that just she and I could go on, and realized that after we had been doing that for a little while and our list had gotten pretty long, that there might be benefit and value in sharing that with more people. And so from there, the idea for a book came together.
I love it. And Sophia, I got to tell you, it's such a good question and an important question, I think. And that is, why can people be so mean? I agree also, though, that it's a tough one to answer. So tell us about some activities that you think can engage kids in kindness and also maybe help them learn, especially during this time when it's so tough with social distancing.
Sure.
Yeah, so one of my favorites and one that's a good activity for right now, it's called Kindness Rocks. So you can go out into your community and find a plain rock, and then you can bring it back home and color with markers or paint on it, and then you can put it back in your community and it can have like a rainbow or a positive message on it.
I love that idea.
Yeah, what we wanted to do with this book was really challenge all of the ways that you could show kindness. So some of them are ways that you can show kindness for your community, like the Kindness Rocks, or kindness for yourself, kindness for your mind, kindness for your school or your family. So there's different categories that we built adventures in.
What do you think as kids are thinking about going back to school, whether that means online or actually going to the classroom, what do you think are some crucial actions that we can take to help engage our kids and increase their interest in education and learning?
It's a great question. You know, for us, we are still feeling like our kids are mourning so much, whether it's birthday parties or going back to school. I know you are in your area starting to prepare for that, and we're not. We're still virtual for quite some time here in Maryland. And so for us, we want to make sure that we are, as parents, stopping and listening and understanding that our kids are going through a lot. We all are. This is a tough time for all of us to be living through. And so we're finding as many ways to just stop and pause and hear and understand how our kids are feeling, and to build those bonds with our kids during this time, because this is not anything any one of us could have ever imagined going through.
Boy, is that for sure. Do you think kids naturally have empathy, or is it something that's important for us as parents to teach them?
I think I've learned a lot of empathy from watching my kids. I do think that it is something that naturally kids have, and what we as parents need to do is foster that and to learn from them. But, you know, I watch Sophia on how she cares for people and planet and animals and all things. I think there's a lot we can learn from our kids. And my hope is that with this book that we developed, it's a practice guide, right? That empathy might come naturally to some people, but it doesn't come without practice. And really what this book is designed to do is to give kids ways to practice and act in ways that build that empathy muscle.
I love what you said about it might come natural, but it isn't without practice. Sophia and Carrie, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think your book would make a great gift. So to find out more about this beautiful book and the authors, you can go to adventuresinkindness.com.